Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that the NFC North is heating up like never before. And right at the center of this storm, there's a move that's shaking the division to its core, and it's got everything to do with the Green Bay Packers. Now I'm talking about the recent developments involving the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Packers, specifically the blockbuster trade that just might redefine the future of this division. It's not just a simple transaction. It's a strategic masterstroke that could set the Packers up for a sustained run at the Super Bowl, echoing the glory days of the 90s, but with a modern twist. Let's talk about the player involved, Chris Godwin. Drafted in 2017 out of Penn State, this guy has been a proven performer in the NFL, a true top-tier receiver when healthy. He's a Pro Bowler from 2021, and his PFF receiving grade for the upcoming season is an impressive 87. 2, ranking him among the top receivers in the league. If you look at his numbers in 2024, he amassed over 1,000 receiving yards, specifically 24 yards, placing him comfortably in the top 12 among NFL receivers. He caught 83 passes, which is top 15, and scored 8 touchdowns. His yards per reception sit at 12. 3, which shows his ability to stretch the field and pick up valuable yards after the catch. And let's not forget, his contested catch percentage is a top 10 figure at 52%, and his deep ball completion percentage is also impressive at 48%. Plus, in the red zone, he's efficient, scoring touchdowns at a rate of 30%, which ranks him among the league's best in that category. What makes this move even more intriguing is the context of the Buccaneers' current situation. Tampa Bay, sitting at a 3-3 record, is in a bit of a rebuild phase following the departure of Baker Mayfield. They're trying to balance the cap space, which, by the way, they're freeing up around $14 million with the need to develop young talent. They're at a crossroads, trying to stay competitive while also planning for the future. Godwin's injury history, including a fibula injury that caused him to miss a couple of games, has been a concern, but when healthy, he's one of the most reliable and dynamic receivers in the league. His injury last season limited him, but his career stats are still remarkable, close to 800 yards and 45 touchdowns, with a route win rate of 62%. He's a guy who can be a game changer when healthy, and for the Packers, adding him to their offense could be transformational. Now, why would the Packers go after a player like Godwin? Well, it's all about boosting their offensive potency, especially with the current injury issues. Jaden Reed is out with a clavicle injury and is expected to miss Week 8. Christian Watson's knee is limited, and Dontavian Wicks has an ankle problem. Additionally, the offensive line has gaps, with Jacob Monk on IR due to hamstring issues, and Anthony Belton also sidelined with an ankle injury. The Packers are clearly looking for a reliable, experienced target who can step in immediately and elevate the passing game. With Jordan Love's development in his second season as the franchise quarterback, adding a player like Godwin can push the offense from decent to elite. If we analyze the projected impact, it's pretty stunning. The Packers' passing yards per game, which was around 220 yards, ranking 22nd, could jump to about 260 yards per game with Godwin in the lineup. That's a 17% increase, and it's not just about raw numbers, it's about efficiency. His presence on the field could elevate the EPA per pass, which is a critical measure of success, by roughly plus 17%. And remember, the red zone efficiency would improve from 60% to around 75%, which is huge for a team looking to convert more scoring opportunities in clutch moments. It's interesting to compare him to other top receivers, especially in the slot. His YAC, or yards after catch, is a staggering 6. 4 yards per reception, making him one of the most explosive slot receivers in the league. He wins routes at a 62% rate, meaning he's highly effective at creating separation and making plays when it counts. His drops are minimal, at just 2% in 2025, which is elite. When you combine that with his ability to make contested catches, his deep roots, and his red zone efficiency, you realize that Godwin can be the X factor that elevates this Packers team into a legit contender. Now, let's talk about the broader implications. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, meanwhile, are facing a different reality. With odds of plus 7,000 to make the playoffs and a 25th ranked defense allowing around 26 points per game, they're in a rebuild mode. Their cap space is tight, and they need to allocate resources to develop young players and plan for life after Baker Mayfield. Moving Godwin allows them to free up around $14 million in cap space and focus on their younger talent, especially on the defensive line where Vita V is a key player. But here's the catch. If the Bucs drop further, their offensive production could decline by about 15% EPA per pass, similar to what we saw with the Vikings after Thielen's departure. That's a significant hit to their offensive efficiency, and it makes their rebuilding process even more uncertain. For the Packers, this isn't just about plugging a hole. It's about making a bold statement, showing that they're all in on competing at the highest level this season. Jordan Love, in his second year as the starter, has been developing nicely, throwing for around 400 yards with 9 touchdowns and just 3 interceptions in 2025. His chemistry with receivers is improving, and adding Godwin could be that missing piece that pushes the offense into a new gear. Imagine a scenario where Love, with a more reliable target, can hit more deep shots, convert third downs more effectively, and dominate in the red zone. It's precisely this kind of upgrade that can turn a good team into a great one, especially when the defense is holding its ground. The impact on the division and playoff picture is already evident in the odds. The Packers' Super Bowl odds, which were around plus 3,000, have now dropped to plus 1,500, making them one of the more attractive dark horse contenders. The NFC as a whole, of course, still has the likes of the Eagles and 49ers as favorites, but the Packers are clearly making noise. With a healthy and dynamic offense led by Love and now boosted by Godwin, their chances of making a deep playoff run increase significantly. And in terms of matchups, a rematch against teams like the Lions or even in cold-weather games at Lambeau Field becomes even more dangerous for opponents, especially with the added red zone threat and explosive plays that Godwin can bring. Now, looking ahead to the Super Bowl LXI, the odds for the Packers have improved remarkably. From plus 3,000 to plus 1,500, they're now seen as serious contenders. And if you think about the potential of this team, especially with the improvements in the passing game, it's not out of the realm of possibility to see the Packers in the mix come February. They've got a quarterback developing rapidly, a receiver who can make a difference in clutch moments, and a coaching staff led by Matt LaFleur that's known for crafting effective game plans. This trade, in many ways, could be the pivotal move that cements Green Bay's place back among the NFL's elite, echoing the dynasty years of the 90s, but with a modern, explosive twist. So folks, what does this all mean for the future of the Packers? It's a clear statement that they're committed to winning now, not just building for the future. This move signals that they believe in Jordan Love's potential and are willing to go all in to maximize it. It's a calculated gamble, sure, but one that could pay off in dividends, especially if Love continues to develop and if Godwin stays healthy. The NFC North is shifting, and the Packers are at the forefront of that change, ready to challenge anyone who stands in their way. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this bold move? Do you think adding Chris Godwin will be enough to propel the Packers into Super Bowl contention? Or are there still other areas that need addressing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. This is a pivotal moment, folks, and history might just be written in the next few weeks. Keep your eyes on this team because they're making moves that could echo through the decades.